Okay, I think we're recording. This is Team Touchbase Tuesday, and it's March the 16th. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. So, are you all wearing green tomorrow? Um, when I was growing up, I had a pin. I don't know where it is now, but I had a pin that had these lips that it looked like the lips were moving and it said, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." I would love to find that now, but I don't go anywhere, so it doesn't really help. But anyway, so it's all about green this month, St. Patrick's Day. And we used 2 years ago have a bunch of green products, and now we don't really. I mean, the closest to green now is our avocado tool and the juicer zester, and that's not really green in my opinion. So anyway, we don't really have green products, but we can make some green selling
Yes.
these products. That's cool. So, all right. We're going to talk about a couple different things tonight. One, first of all, being the whole real time inventory and temporarily unavailable products. I don't like to call it stop sell exactly because before we had before everyone was on direct ship now, we did have some times where there were some things on stop sell for various reasons. Usually it was a manufacturing reason. I just realized I still have these on. And now that we have direct ship now, we use real-time inventory. So with real-time inventory, I tell my customers it's kind of like back in December, in early December, I needed a new Christmas tree. So I heard Target was having great deals on Christmas trees. I wasn't going to Target in person, so I went online and I went to order a tree, and every tree I clicked on said out of stock. Several days later, I went back in to look for trees again, and the one I wanted was back in stock. So, honestly, that's the reality of real online shopping. Things are in, things are out, or it'll say, like on Amazon, it'll say one more left in stock, that kind of thing. So we have to understand that at Pampered Chef, we're living in this kind of world where our orders are going in online. Our orders are being submitted as soon as they are posted. They get submitted and they're into the company. And if in that moment when the customer goes to order, that product is not in the distribution center, then it will not be available for them to purchase. Now, in the case of the Rapid Prep Mandolin, yesterday there was a post on the Pampered Chef Consultant Scoop group. I honestly, sorry, I didn't even look at that group. I was busy doing my own shows, so I did not even look at that group. Had someone not told me, I probably wouldn't have known. But that is a group that you all need to join. And I know, Cheryl, you're already on there. Hopefully the rest of you join that and set your notifications so that you get all the important things that
Yeah,
are.
I'll have to do that. I don't think I changed my notifications.
I did not either. And that was the reason I didn't know. They are
I had an email this morning.
from home office.
Yes, with the
Yeah,
stir.
the
And I
stir.
watched the video this morning.
Yeah, the stir always comes out on Tuesdays. So but this was breaking news last night or yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
And so that's why it was on there. They're doing a really good job at keeping us abreast that way with this scoop group. And it's run completely by home office. So there's not going to be a lot of other people posting on there. There's not going to be a lot of jibber jabber about this and that and the other thing. So that is a really important place. But as I found out about it, I then posted it on our team page, and hopefully everyone was able to see that. So if you watch the video, then you know that there are rapid prep mandolins on the way. They're heading to the distribution center. How soon they get there, is anybody's guess. Here's what I'm doing, and you can take it for what it's worth. I am telling all of my hosts to go into the catalog and forget making a wish list. Just go into the catalog, go into their show, and start putting items in their cart as soon as their show is set up. They can always delete those products at the end. We can take them off, but if they're not available, we can't add them. So if they do it right away in their host cart, I'll be able to see it. I'll know it's there. That reserves that product for them. So let's suppose, I have a bunch of shows that are open right now. They're not closed out yet. And let's suppose one of those hosts wants the rapid prep mandolin and it's not available. Well, the beauty of direct ship now is that all the other orders are already submitted. The customers already are getting their orders. We can keep that host order open through the month, and every day, morning and evening, I'm going to go in and see if that is available for them. I'm going to go into their order and add it to their order if it is available. I can go in very easily, probably more easily than they can, and go in and click on that product in their cart and put it in there for them. In fact, last night I started to do that with all of my hosts just in case they wanted it. And of course, by then it was already gone because we are incredible. Consultants know how to work the business, and I can guarantee that a bunch of people were just putting them in carts just in case their host wanted them. So they may come available when somebody decides they don't want it or whatever. But let me tell you, if they decide they don't want it, they're crazy, because it's a great price and it's an amazing product. I think it's the best, absolute best mandolin we've ever had in my 18 years in the business. Yeah, it's so simple, easy to use, easy to store. It's amazing. And you will not cut yourself if you use it. If you do cut yourself, you had your fingers where they didn't belong. That's all I can say, because it comes with that little tool, the dual-sided cleaning brush. So anyway, that's my little take on products and real-time inventory. We need to start coaching our hosts differently. We need to coach our hosts that don't make a wish list. I mean, they can make a wish list too, but go in and put things in your cart as soon as your party starts. And as consultants, we can go in every day. If we know somebody, if somebody's saying to you, oh man, I wanted to order that mandolin, say, hey, can I set up your order for you? And as soon as it comes in, can I put it in your cart? Sure. It's not going to cost them anything until they submit it, or until we submit it for them. So we need to be just coaching a little bit differently, being really aware that there are circumstances beyond our control. They're beyond Pampered Chef's control. We're super. I mean, we sell products like we're selling that mandolin way more than they expected, and they even added more to the inventory. So, we always shock them and surprise them, but I understand why they don't want to have excessive inventory, because that's money wasted. It's just sitting there. So they're doing the best they can, and manufacturing and shipping is crazy. So that's my little soapbox about real-time inventory and how to make sure our customers are satisfied. And we need a good attitude about it. We don't need a negative attitude. We need a positive attitude about it. We need to be able to say, isn't that amazing that that product is so popular? I'm going to work at making sure you get it. Now, let's say their party closes out and they still didn't get it. You make sure that someone books from their party. It not only does it help you have more business, but they can get it at 40% off from that party when it's back in stock. So it's another little take on it. But I have no doubt that it'll be back in stock shortly, and they will continue to order more and manufacture more. Just some of those things we don't have any control over. And you know, pick your shoulders up, pick your head up, smile, and find a way to make this a positive, because it really is amazing how and the avocado tool, I love it, but I didn't
I
realize
do too.
it was that popular. I was like,
Oh, I knew that I had a feeling that that would go quickly.
it is, it's great.
Absolutely.
It's great.
It is. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. And it has a cute little face on it. If you turn it around, it looks like it has
Yeah.
a face on it. It's just my take. But yeah, so that's all about the real-time inventory. Also I would caution, if someone on your party gets negative about it, try to keep it light and happy and message them privately. And if you don't know what to say, screenshot it and send it to me, and I'll try and help you with some words. We just don't want to get caught up in that downward spiral of negativity. We need to stay, as Gene Jonas says, above the line, and keep moving forward. So we've been through a lot worse. Those of you who were around through 2020 know how bad it was when we had 7 weeks for shipments to get to people. And if you watched that video, you also saw that on April 2nd, stoneware is back, all except for the white round stone with handles. But hey, the rest of the glazed is back April 2nd. Wow.
Excited.
That's, yeah. And, I am glad they're not rushing it, because I want them to have a lot of inventory.
Mhm.
I don't want it to sell out right away. So yeah, that's exciting. Our cookware is all back. The air fryer, everybody that I had that was getting one got theirs. So I'm hoping that maybe this turns around faster, but they're saying June 1st. So just plan on it. If you have somebody that really wants an air fryer, book a party for June. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, get them on the rolls. But so anyway, that's that kind of stuff. And watch the video again. There's also a couple of links on the video post. One says how to sell right now, and really good tips on there. Just all that information. And of course, you got the stir today, so the stir would have that information in there as well. Always, you can go back in Consultant's Corner and click on Stir News, and then in the search bar, you can put in all kinds of things to find out information about something if you have a question about it. So that is a great resource that we didn't used to have a good place to search, and that's a good resource for us. So now let's talk about bookings. How do we get bookings? I've heard people say, I contacted everybody. Well, here's the thing. And I'm trying to find my sheet here. So there is a monthly contact tracking. There's different ways to do it. You can make an Excel spreadsheet. You can make a Google Doc. You can use paper like this. But I have just been so enlightened, because I've had various notebooks, and I have tablets, and I write things down, and then I go through that list, and then I chuck it, and then I move. But it's so enlightening. I've challenged myself to have 25 contacts, two-way conversations, okay, in a week's time. Now, that's not just I've sent a lot more than 25 messages out, and I've texted a lot more people than 25 people. But two-way conversations with people. And you can do it different ways. Um, so when someone orders from a party, you should have a plan as to what you're going to say to them. When you get the email that says that they ordered, you can see their cell phone number there. And if you pause on that, it'll give you an opportunity to send a message. Now, if they're local and you know numbers, you know that if someone lives in Port Royal and their number is 717-527, that is not a cell phone number. So you're going to have to send them an email instead, or you're going to have to call them. But you're going to want to have a message that you have saved either in your text replacement or saved somewhere that in a document that you can copy and paste and send to them, thanking them for their order. And then what I do after that is I say, I'm so excited, and I fill in whatever the product is. Like, for instance, today, somebody got the juicer and zester. And I said, oh, I'm so excited for you to get that. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Would you like a recipe to go with that? Okay. So that gives me a way for them to reply to me. So I get some interaction with them. And, recipes, seems like everybody wants a recipe. So then I go into my personal website and I put in lemon or lime or zester, any of those, and I find a recipe and I send it from my website, from my personal website to them when they say yes. And then I say, in that first message, it also says, my experience tells me that there's probably some more things on your wish list. Or I say something like, is there anything else on your wish list that you weren't able to get this time? And if they tell me that, then I talk about that product. I tell them the good features about it, and I try and get that interaction. I don't jump down their throat right away and say, well, do you want to get it for free? You want to have a party? I'm trying to build a relationship with them. So then I will say, Susie, whose party you just were at, she's so excited about all the free stuff she's getting. I'm thinking that you might be excited about free things as well. Want to give it a try? And then we start, and then if they say, well, I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, then I'm forcing myself, and I don't always do a good job at this. I force myself to say, well, I have the 19th and the 26th opened for starting parties. Would you like to try one of those? Or which one of those would work for you? And you'd be surprised how often they say, well, I'll try the 19th. And then I start with my host coaching. What do I tell them? What do they need to do? Make sure that I have all their information correct. And I go ahead and set up that party. Or if they say, like, I had a girl last night who was back and forth with me for a while. And finally I said, well, do you want to get started on your party? And she said, well, I just haven't decided yet. Okay. When would you like me to check back with you? I didn't say, would you? I said, when would you like me to check back with you? And she said, well, either tomorrow or the next day. I expected her to say next month, she said either tomorrow or the next day. So tonight yet, I'm getting back to her to see about booking her own party. I had someone yesterday message me about a stone that came broken. It's the second party she's been a part of in the last 2 months or 3 months with me. And as I've talked with her back and forth, I never even mentioned hosting a party yet. And she said, and today she was invited to a third party. And she said, oh, by the way, I want to book from the party that she joined today. She said, I want to book a party from her. I'm like, okay. you know? So a lot of times it's not about initially asking. I was always, so how would you like to get free products? You want to do a party like so and so did? That was like my first thing, like down their throat, kind of thing. And now I'm seeing more and more. It's really about that relationship that you're building with them, and um, that's with current parties, but it can also be with parties you had 6 months ago. Customer care is really important. So if somebody ordered something 6 months ago, um, get back in touch with them and say, hey, I'm just wondering how you're, I don't know, I can't think of anything at the moment, but whatever, how you're liking your whatever, what have you made with it so far? And they get back to you. And then, you ask them if they want a recipe, or whatever. And you just have a conversation with them. And then you might want to say, have you heard about all of our new products? It's just amazing. Or if they're a stoneware customer, have you heard about our stoneware coming back? It was out of stock for a while. We weren't able to sell it. Now it's coming back, and all the new glazed stoneware will be back April 2nd. I bet you'd like to get some of that for free. Like, go back to customers that you've already had and do that. Look at what they've purchased. And I was on a training last weekend, I think it was. And a woman named Grace Bott, who you can follow her, don't friend request her, but you can follow her. She's a consultant. She does some amazing videos, or you can look at her up on YouTube. And she talked about this jar that she has. And I don't know, jars over the years have been used for a lot of different things. We used to have a thankful jar, and every day we would write something on there and put it in the jar. And then, at the end of the week, we'd pull out a couple and we'd read what we were thankful for. Or sometimes they were job jars, like all these little jobs that need to be done. You put them on a piece of paper, you put them in there and say, okay, kids, everybody grab a paper and, do a job. I don't know. Have you ever done anything like that, Cheryl? Do you like,
No, I've
I,
often thought about the thankful jar, but I haven't done it.
there's just different things you can do with your jars. One couple I know recently was talking about their marble jar, and they have a marble in there for every $1,000 of debt they have. And then when at the end of the month or whatever, when they go back and they look at what they've paid on their debt, they take marbles out of the jar. And so the goal is for the jar to be empty. And when that jar is empty, they have a trip planned or something. So that's another thing. But here's the idea that Grace had was, think of groups of people, or and if you get enough, like 52 would be great, because then you could pull out a slip of paper every week and contact those people, like, whether it be relatives or school classmates. Or I'm going to have to find her list and see if I can give you all some ideas from that. But we get so stuck sometimes contacting the same people over and over again. And I think she had a lot of great ideas for different types of groups or different types of people. You could say all the people that start with the letter A, or people on your friends list that live out of state, or you could just do all kinds of things. And I will try and find her list and post. I know she gave us like 15 ideas that day, and I don't have my notes in front of me.
Whenever I first started Pampered Chef the first time, in the book that they sent you, there was a list of things that if you filled everyone out, you would have 100 people to call.
Right. And that, we always called that our list of 100.
Yeah.
We also have a Frank's list. And each of those letters, it's like an acronym for like friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids contacts, and others, or something like that. But yeah, like make yourself some sort of idea, like just different ideas. And I'll see what I can find from Grace's list. And we'll see if we can come up with, 52 of those. We could all make our own jar and have those slips in there and pull them out. When you get stumped and you don't have the shows you want. Um, I always think I ask everyone, but no, I probably don't ask everyone. And so we need to challenge ourselves. Just keeping this list for me has been enlightening because I realize I do contact people, but I don't always have a two-way conversation with them. Um, and if you're
Is
calling,
that a list that you found like on in the library on Consultants Corner to pull off?
yeah, I think it's on, I will look it up again, but I think it's on Dash in the resources,
Yep.
but I'm not totally
Yep.
sure on that.
I think in the resource library, I think.
Yeah. And it's a really basic, simple list. Like it just has their name, their phone number. Well, first it has a date, their name, their phone number, and then it has different columns like left a message, um, call back later, text or message, booked a date, recruit lead, referral given, follow up. So you have all different ways to look at the list and get
Okay.
your answer. And then it has a final column with notes, and you can put in there whatever you want. I put in usually what party they were part of and something interesting about them. Like one was Lexi Enamel Cook Cast Iron, um, and then one person had hosted recently and got the quick cooker and the air fryer. I write down if I sent them a message, if I sent them a recipe, um, just, anything. Your notes are probably going to be you're going to be the only one. If you're like me, you're the only one that will understand what your notes say
Mhm.
because I have my own little shorthand and things that I know what they mean. I have down here this one woman wants a medium pizza stone. So I'm going to be contacting her back again and saying, hey, it's going to be available April 2nd. Would you like to host a party to get it for free? Or would you like me to contact you then about ordering it or whatever? Yeah. So there's just, for me, keeping track holds me accountable. And I can't say that I contacted everyone because I know I didn't. If I don't keep track of it, I definitely have not. And so I need to hold myself more accountable. Um, and I know, Cheryl, you have a goal. How many parties a month do you want to have?
Well, I'd like to do 4.
Okay. So,
More would be great, but
right.
my goal is 4.
But your minimum is 4, right?
I would like that. Yes.
Yeah. So that's your kind of your sweet spot. You want to get to that 4. So in
Yes.
order to get 4 booked, you're really going to have to talk to 40 people. We say 1 for every 8 to 10. So you're going to figure you're going to have to talk to 40 people to get 4 booked. And you're actively having parties, so you have 40 people, I'm positive,
Yeah.
to talk to. And then like the one column on here says referrals. If they're not interested at all, not now or never, because I'll say, is it not now or is it never? Would you like me to contact you again? If it's never, say, is there someone that you think would love Pampered Chef or loves it and would like to get it for free? Maybe somebody who just doesn't have the money or somebody who's out of work. And, when people say, I don't have the money right now, it doesn't cost you a thing to host a party. It just costs your time, investing in the party on, in the party as far as commenting and so on in the virtual party. But they don't have to spend a penny. They can get all their free, and if they work hard enough, they're going to get a lot of free. And we partner with them on that. And if they don't want to buy any of their half price, that's fine. Do you find, Cheryl, what do people usually, when they think of half price, what kinds of products do they usually think about?
I know that I've one party that I just closed, and my daughter's party now that I'm getting ready to close. Darcy got the Rapid Prep mandolin, and Jillian has that in her cart, so
Good.
it'll be available. She put it in right away.
Mm.
The one girl just closed, and she liked the combination baking set, the half price thing. So it varies. Like Brenna, my niece, she got the half price baking set because she just pretty much set up house and needed all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So that was good for her.
So, that's the thing that a lot of people, those sets are great. The mandolins, the rapid mandolin French fry set is great because it's actually reduced price right now. But when somebody doesn't have the money, I remind them that they can get the lowest price item on their wish list as a half price item. It doesn't have to be a 50 or 70 or 100 or $200 item. It can be a $5 item or a $10 item.
Mm-hmm.
That's the misconception, is that it has to be the most expensive item. And in general, like you're saying, Cheryl, it is those higher priced items, because that's, people are thinking, well, I can't get the air fryer at full price, but I can get it for half price, or I can get the quick cooker for half price, or the grill and griddle for half price. Um, but just when someone says, they just can't right now, they don't have any money, just remind them that a host gets a lot of free products, and um, they don't have to spend their half price. And I had one person recently tell me everyone in their circle has been strapped due to COVID and job issues, um, and I respect that. I'm not going to push them to have a party. Um,
I just lost you. Give me 1 second here.
okay.
I might have to go out and come back in. Something wanted to update. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to close out here as far as recording. So
There we go.
I
Okay.
hope this is helpful. I'm going to end the recording now. I hope this is helpful to all of you as far as the real-time inventory and booking parties. Let's start a conversation on our team page about ideas of people, and that list that I'll put on there that Grace made of different people to contact. And let's start a thread on that. I'll try and get that up tomorrow. And tomorrow is our Wondering Wednesday. So if anybody has a question they want to post to the team, please post it tomorrow, and we can see if we have the answer or if we know where to find the answer. So that's a great thing. And remember, Thursday night at 7:00, there is a Zoom, what we call a booking blitz. And that is 7:00 Eastern time. If you go in our group and in the little search thing, put in booking blitz, that link will come up. It's the same Zoom link every time. And then at 8:00 Thursday, there is a training on how to get more from your business. If you would like to be in on that, you can go in that same Zoom link at 8:00 with our director group. And as you come across people that are interested or curious about the business, maybe they're not ready right now, but they're just curious, we do a coffee chat Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Very non-threatening, just giving information about the business and answering any questions. It's very short. It's like 20 minutes long or something like that. So it doesn't take up your whole Saturday morning, but that's an option as well. So I'm going to stop the recording now. I hope everyone watches this and watches all the way to the end. And I'm going to give you a question. It's the end of the recording, and I'm going to try something new. So I want you to tell me your favorite milkshake flavor. And I know you got to the end of the video if you tell me your favorite milkshake flavor. And maybe I'll give away a prize. All right. Peace out.